Welcome to Tough Crowd. I like to do that like one of those plays where the guy talks off Broadway, you know, off stage. Folks, I'm not going to bomb like during the warm-up. Now listen to me. Welcome to Tough. The story today, what do you think, I'm deaf? I can hear silence. The story today is that the government is accused of using the Patriot Act to lock up some titty bar owner in Vegas. Now, a lot of people are screaming about the Patriot Act. I'll give you the list of the civil rights abuses connected to the Patriot Act. First of all, they can check what books people take out of the library. Everyone's like, the library, like it's a sacred... I grew up in the public library. It's a few sincere Asian kids trying to study. A couple of kids like me ripping the pages out of the books because they're selfish and they don't care and they don't want to make copies and steal the copy money that they had. And then the usual degenerates that would hang out in a place where kids like have to use the bathroom and have bodily functions, you know? That's the library, the great sacred library. Next in the Patriot Act, the Orwellian, you got access to medical records and college transcripts. Woo! What could you possibly have to hide in either of these stupid forms? That you got a C in economics and then chlamydia twice? All right. 3 times, if I'm going to be honest, but look. Now, first of all, this Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, they like to call him, the deadliest serial killer in the nation's history, escaped from the death penalty by promising to show all the bodies of the victims like he bargained with the people who were dead. Should this be allowed to happen, Franklin? What do you think of this kind of nonsense?
I think he used what he had to do to try to save his life. You know, basically, I would probably do the same thing, you know.
The killing part or just the negotiating?
No, I haven't gone to the killing part yet. No, but the negotiate, hell yeah.
But how do we know? You were in Australia, so you've been in so much in Australia, you can probably commit murders, and then when the heat comes on, you come back here.
I didn't know the heat was on in Australia. For
What about New Zealand? Have you ever been there? That seems kind of creepy.
I've been in New Zealand. I've been in New Zealand, yeah.
What's that like? Weird?
No, it's cool. I mean, in Australia, like, Australia doesn't have, they don't have any guns over there. I mean, all their crimes are with knives, all right? So
like Paul Hogan, that's not a knife?
That's right. So it's a crack up. I mean, I'll turn on the news and they'll say, you know, 7-Eleven was robbed with a knife, but the people live. That's the thing that I've noticed, which is different. But they don't, and they'll give murderers over there like 8 years, so which blows my mind, right? But I look at...
Because it's so hard to murder someone there. You got to stab them and stab them.
That's right.
And plus,
it takes forever.
And an Australian life is not worth as much as an American life.
That's true.
Greg, you know you're on television.
Serious.
What about my boy Chopper?
Chopper Reed lives in my neighborhood.
He does?
Chopper, you know, he's a cat who cut off his ears, right?
Yeah, that son of a bitch isn't playing
He was
games
a
over there.
crazy cat, man.
This Gary Ridgway I don't like.
Oh, the guy in Seattle? Why not?
Because originally he said he killed 60 women, and then it turns out it was 48, and I just hate somebody that has to, like, exaggerate to make themselves look better.
Yeah, big talker, right?
You're right.
Such a turnoff.
Plus, that's the record now. So if you're a psychopath or a sociopath, you know, like, I want to do like things. Oh, I'm at 45, you know, 60,
right.
you know, I'm not going to do that.
And he did the most in the first 3 years, and he laid off for like 8 years. I mean, this guy has a real willpower.
He shouldn't go to jail. He should get a medal for stick-to-itiveness.
Get off of me, you pig!
Get off of you, pig! You're as bad as Giraldo in the next segment. Listen, let's see what some folks on the street had to say about the old Green River Killer.
He took, what, 13 lives, 11, 14, 40-something, 48 lives? Let's get rid of him.
Now, we should have hookers actually come to his cell, beat him down a couple of days.
He deserves what he gets. Me, personally, I castrate him. I castrate him and cut his fingers off.
Apparently, he likes to kill women because he doesn't like women. But when I think men don't like women like that, there's really a deep-seated reason. And they really love women.
They wrote a book about that, didn't they? I started reading that book, and I lost it.
I think you should excuse yourself.
Hey, fellas, shoot any dope lately?
I just want to say that the first guy with the teeth issue, he should go on Extreme Makeover.
Let me just say something.
You know, at the
Is there
end,
anything in that tape that didn't have a teeth issue? The whole tape did.
The ultra extreme.
Personally, I tell you what I do. I castrate him, God, over me speak.
You know what bugs me about this whole thing is that we allowed him to negotiate, right? Because they only had evidence on 7 murders, and they knew he was probably connected to the others, so the victims' families wanted closure. They wanted to know where their loved ones were buried. But so we had to let him negotiate. You know, isn't there a way to get him? I mean, can't we make his prison life more unpleasant so that he's forced to tell. I mean, it just seems absurd. The guy's responsible for 50
murders. That is what free trade is about. And if you go to a Coldplay concert, that's what Chris Martin is talking about with the free trade free.
Is that what it is?
That pain in the ass.
I thought it was just about being a boring musician.
But if you were a parent, the real question is if you were a parent and they said, all right, you can find out if your daughter has been killed.
Yes.
You got to let them live.
You want to know.
What would you do?
Yes, you want to know.
That's the point.
Can't they just put him in a cell with like Mule Johnson or something?
Yeah. There's no. But who's gonna look? He's an old guy. Doesn't look that good. You know, you're not so sure anyone's gonna.
I'd do him. I'd do him in a second.
I would do it. Look.
I also love that there's serial death penalty in Seattle seems sort of. I mean, doesn't everyone try to kill themselves there anyway?
Yeah. It's the suicide capital. It is a suicide. That rain. The rain does.
Yeah. You know, he also this guy killed all prostitutes apparently. The river killer. So maybe there's a silver lining in all this, and maybe at least it could serve as a wake-up call to all the young girls out there dreaming of one day being prostitutes. You know, to remind them that it's not all glitz and glamour.
They could raise the bar a little bit.
An old Julia Roberts movie.
Right.
Well, another thing is. He killed women of all races.
Yeah.
And they asked him why. And he said, I'm not a racist, basically. That's what he said. So he was into diversity.
That's how the Benetton stores got to be so popular.
Say what?
The
Let me ask you
Benetton
this
stores.
about the Patriot
It was
Act.
a Benetton.
Greg, you're a lawyer, or at least our legal mind, or you were a lawyer. Well, you tell us you're a lawyer and we believe you. I don't know what the story is.
Okay.
But what do you think about this Patriot Act used against a strip club?
Well, it's ridiculous. It really is absurd because all of us, well, most of us agreed, had no problem with the Patriot Act because we thought it was only going to rob constitutional rights from Arabs. You know, it's not supposed to apply to decent American, hardworking, upstanding Vegas strip club owners.
Plus, terrorists are looking for virgins, and you're not going to find them in the strip clubs, okay?
But then again, last night wasn't a strip club.
This is one thing the liberals have been screaming about, this slippery slope with the Patriot Act, and this is one thing I agree with them on. I want this used to stop terrorism, not for the FBI to investigate what kind of fluids I paid a hooker to drip on me. There's no reason for this to be used for any of that stuff.
That's your private.
There's no reason for this to be used for that.
But actually, that does highlight. Maybe there could be a terror connection with strip clubs then, because all that silicone, if it were to end up in the wrong hands, it's very toxic. You know, these guys just drop a couple leaky strippers in a reservoir.
Right.
First of all,
So a woman just be walking down the street and just blow up like that?
Well, they were. I mean, Muhammad Atta and all the 9/11 guys had spent time in strip clubs.
That was the last night.
They loved it. They had a riot that last night.
Was it true 20 seconds ago when I said it too?
Yes, yes.
What happened to the party? What's going on? I was having fun.
I was just trying to be funny and also point out that I did say it. Not that you stole it, Greg, but everybody's like, you know, I did say it, and then you
did say it first.
That's true, that's true.
But I never pay attention at the beginning.
That was so threatening.
No, not the beginning. What was threatening? Because I said F.
Well, hi, call me.
I'm crazy, man.
I know.
Okay, folks, you go experience the utopian vision of commercials. I'll stay here alone with these people.
On a new Crank Yankers, let the manhunt begin.
You will be stripped and released into the wild with nothing but a compass and some fruit roll-ups.
You want to hunt me? Cash. 10,000.
Do me a favor and double it.
Crank Yankers tomorrow at 10.
I'm gunning for you, Chris.
This fall, prepare yourself for the total Terminator experience. You are the ultimate weapon. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Rated T for teen.
Yes, you're lovely. Never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.
This November,
Coming true.
Bugs is back.
What's up, Doc?
In theaters.
I don't see how we can have a Bugs Bunny movie without Bugs Bunny.
Heavens, no. You couldn't have a movie without Bugs Bunny. The fall of Western civilization.
Is this your idea?
Our latest research shows that Bugs Bunny is a core asset throughout the known universe.
Looney Tunes back in action. Real life has never been so animated. Rated PG. Starts this Friday. He looks very familiar. You've seen him somewhere. He looks like that comedian. You know, what's his name? I don't mean to insult you, but you look like Bobcat Goldthwait. New CD in stores now and at ComedyCentral.com.
And now, try a temporary version of Just for Men free.
You can see what you'd look like without gray and go back to the way you were just as fast.
Introducing Tryout from Just for Men. It's free and it's easy. Just comb it in, check it out, rinse the color out. Like the look of Tryout? Then get the same look with regular Just for Men. Call toll-free 1-888-202-3030. Get your free sample now.
There's a corner of the world where time moves slowly and smiles come quickly. Come, get away to Jamaica in the Caribbean on Air Jamaica, where the magic begins with free champagne and fine dining aboard our sleek new birds of paradise.
In Jamaican time, you'll see this world will be alright.
Air Jamaica, more non-stop flights from more U.S. cities to more islands in the sun.
All right, there's a college in Iowa that gave school funds to a student S&M club called Cuffs, okay? Now my question is this where you people want your educational dollars to go? Let's face it. Now we all like whatever we like. Here we go, young fella. Oh, yes. But does that mean, I mean, what's the difference? What point does education, miss, you don't, who's got, is it? Oh, good. Who's mic'd? You? Oh, miss. Put a mic on somebody. No, we're just gonna talk. Well, I'm gonna talk while he kind of, well, nibbles up your legs. You don't care, do you? Now listen, miss. I think this kind of behavior is fine if that's what he likes. You're gonna have to tell him when to stop because I'm not gonna. I think it's good, right? What do you think? It's kind of comforting in a way, right? Reassuring, like having a little pet, baby. No? Yes.
It's okay, it's okay.
There you go. It's kind of nice. All right.
Okay,
please, down boy. What do you think, pretty, huh?
Could have picked someone in the skirt, you creep.
All right. Oh, they're ungrateful. Kathy, what are your thoughts on college-funded clubs while me and Jimmy go back there? You can talk now, Kathy.
What? I'm sorry, Frank and I were talking about...
What are your thoughts on oh, I don't remember.
The programs? Well, I mean, normally it's an annoying program, you know, the Cuffs group and all that. And the chances are that the women who are in that group probably like strippers and porn stars are probably incest survivors just acting out.
Yes.
But I think, you know, you got to have the college groups. You know what I mean? I love my gays. You got to have the gay transgender groups. They got to be able to put on Blood Brothers and have a reasonable budget. You know what I'm talking about. So even though it's annoying, I think they should have the $94 to have their S&M group.
But don't you think it's just nonsense? Any groups in college?
Nonsense.
Everybody's just supposed to go to school and learn. You're not supposed to have stupid clubs in school. It's annoying.
You could learn something from that. I could have used the club. I could have used a class like that. But recently, I had a girlfriend that liked to be strangled. I had never done that. She said, "You got to strangle me while we're doing it," you know. And I said, "Hey, you know, you better be enjoying this because I'm facing 25 to life," you know.
Yeah, but you're not a kid. That's what blows me away about these clubs. These are 18-year-old kids, college kids. It seems a little early to be bored with just regular sex. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, they're not leaving themselves a lot of wiggle room for 8 years into the marriage.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm all for any club, though, that at the end of the exam you get a certificate and a rape kit. I think that's terrific.
Oh, Jim.
Jim.
Oh, Jim.
That is inappropriate.
Ah! Oh. Now listen, let's do it. Your
Sometimes I'm naughty
show.
on purpose.
Average Joe is the new reality program hosted by Kathy.
Right.
It shows how a beautiful woman could put aside her looks and fall in love with a, you know, an ugly bastard. I don't know how else to put it. Here's a clip. Ready?
I believe that you guys represent the real men of America. Yeah. Maybe there's a little stomach, maybe there's a couple of love handles, some hair where it shouldn't be, but that's all right. She might be expecting a group of like modelly, gorgeousy, perfect tens. And instead she's gonna get you guys.
All right, so Kathy, what's
that was terrible. I didn't write that. I feel awful.
But what's the whole story of this show? Is it really news that women would go? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about how women, gorgeous women always say it's just about personality and a sense of humor, and they never mean it, and neither does she.
Oh, really?
Well, no. She likes the guys. They're good.
She likes them like his brothers and stuff.
Well, of course you have to watch, but there's some making out in the jacuzzi.
But
there's not none of this. There's not like a ball in his mouth or anything like that.
Speaking of which, Jim, to put it politely, you're an average Joe.
Yeah. What do you think you are, stupid?
Hey!
You're a 5 with a television show.
Well phrased, Jim.
That's really good.
Well, what do you guys think? Don't you think it's kind of like, of course a woman would fall, the reverse would be the hard show to have.
The reverse is the one that they'll never do, and that's what gets me. Because I don't want to see me there in the bathing suit with some guy projectile vomiting.
But I don't think that's true, because I read somewhere where you said they would never have a show where like a great-looking guy had to pick from ugly girl. I think you could do it. The guy would just have to be drunk.
Yeah. He's
You
right.
are a pig.
You pig.
You're a pig.
You're a pig,
So
Greg.
are you. What are you doing?
No, he's a pig. He's a
You're
pig.
a pig too.
Oh, I didn't laugh at that. I thought that was nonsense. There's a height of piggery.
You're so sensitive.
The
You're a
height
pig.
of piggery here. When do you hear this? Groundbreaker. There's a new reality series starring a porn. It's called How to Be a Porn Star. It's going to be rated R. 28 women compete for a job as a porn star.
I'm sick of, porn. They're taking all the fun out of life. There's the reality shows about porn. Porn is taking over, pop culture, and it's ruining all the fun. It used to be if you just saw like a panty line, that was enough to get you aroused. Now it's like, now I got to see the Olsen twins in a snuff film just to get going.
That's true.
And the bad thing is they can only do one.
All right, we'll be right back. If you don't watch commercials, you don't know what to say when that guy at work. Oh, screw it. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow, the kids' mission: terminate Kim Jong-il.
Robert Evans! Oh, this crazy big honor!
It's an all-new Kid Notorious. Tomorrow at 10:30 here on Comedy Central.
Taco Bell's Zesty Chicken Bowl. Grilled all-white meat chicken, seasoned rice, cheese, lettuce, and Fiesta salsa. Made right when you order it. For a fresh taste that's hard to top. Show off. For fresh-made taste, think outside the bun.
Need for Speed Underground. Rated E for everyone.
EA Games.
Challenge everything. When quality matters, reach out. On the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless.
Watch how I turn on the charm, something you guys can't do. Last week, you might have seen how we had a little fun with our regular comics. We were a tough crowd, hidden camera photo shoot. These guys were told it was a publicity shoot for Comedy Central. Well, we were shooting more than just photos. And our several hidden cameras captured the whole humiliating thing. Here are some highlights so far.
Give me some free pictures!
You know what? This is exactly how I should be photographed in a boring fashion, wearing black, having a microphone, looking uninteresting and uneventful.
I love you! Oh, I love you.
Please, let's take the picture and get me the out of here.
Well, now, fellas, we all like to take a few pot shots at each other on the show. But I guess it continues even when we're not around to hear it with each other. Let's take a look at some of the things you had to say about each other. This could get ugly.
You all friends with the guys that you work with?
Oh, yeah, they're all friends.
You know this guy, he's got a shaved head, he's a little pervert.
Norton's a perv, plus he's stupid.
How bad did Keith overact?
You ever had, like, the headless horseman? He's the chitless horseman. And no muscle in his body. He's just like a wormy jellyfish.
Keith stinks!
Keith is 46.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's washed up.
Keith was aggressive.
Yeah, Keith's a, you know how they are. Seriously, just between us, right? We're all white here, right?
Yeah, he got all embarrassed when I asked him about his sign and his Chinese.
Because he's dumb. You gotta understand. He also can't read. Keith's illiterate.
See if that fat bastard Patrice can do this.
Patrice O'Neill, big, angry black guy.
Nah, no one cares about that.
Fat coward, he's not a tough guy.
He's just happy because he's lost about 300 pounds.
Oh, he did?
No, but he should.
Paul was already here?
Yes.
Yeah, jackhands. I don't like Nick.
Yeah?
Nick DiPaolo, how many times did he make breast comments?
Nick's a perv.
Was he
cranky this morning?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You saying that you wore plaid sweaters or something?
He said, that idiot wears tighty whities. How about that?
You guys all really like each other?
We don't like each other.
And then hate each other at the same time. It's like a love-hate relationship.
It's more hatred.
All right, now, let's talk about this. Greg, first of all, you got off scot-free. What's going on?
I don't.
You guys almost. Well, I guess
No,
we should be
probably
asking
because.
He's the least noticeable. Nobody really cares about him.
Yeah. No, it's also probably because I'm married and they didn't want to show the part where I had anal sex with the photographer.
Oh, now wait a minute. Now, you guys, any of you guys pissed?
Well, I knew what was going on. That's the first thing. Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I knew what was going on. I knew what was going on.
Shut up, you knew it right afterwards.
Now, as soon as I was in the place, my ghetto
Shut up, stupid!
He knew it.
He knew it
afterwards.
He knew it afterwards, yeah. Shut up. Now you're trying to rewrite history
In
because
this
you're awful.
thing you see, I start looking around saying, where's the camera? No, you start dancing around like you're doing now. No,
Sit down.
you didn't know when it was happening. You knew afterwards. I don't like Patrice's Shaft in Africa shirt. Because they keep making me cover.
This looks like a VD clinic in Atlanta.
I've been to that one.
I don't know why that's funny, but it's funny.
That's why I'm giving it my all.
We got one good thing. One good thing we learned is we're not acting. We really are creeps. This is us at our normal. So, for whatever that's worth, we'll be right back.
I guess the ratings are going to pick up.
On the next all-new South Park, when doom looms,
That meteor is the size of Wyoming and it's on a collision course for Earth.
Butters shudders.
Then it will be up to you to repopulate the Earth.
An all-new South Park, Wednesday at 10 on Comedy Central. Conan, John, Colin. Comedy Central's late night triple threat is now on at 6 p.m. You'll get all the excitement of late night while it's still officially early evening. It's a three-way block of Conan, John, and Colin. Weeknights starting at 6, right here on Comedy Central.
Attention travelers. With fares as low as $15 and buses rolling 24/7, Greyhound is the way to travel without the wear and tear on your car. Whoops, that's gonna cost them. Go Greyhound and leave the driving to us.
Big Ben Wallace. I think you're going in the wrong direction, right?
Listen, dog, I'm beat. Some other time.
Dog, huh? Let me tell you something. ESPN NBA basketball. I've lived the 24/7 mode, and I've achieved the ISO motion. I can clear the court to one side and take you one-on-one. Though nobody is better than Reg. Haha. The way I dunk on you is gonna look unorthodox. Rated E for everyone.
Like most families, we wanted an SUV, but ours had to be especially rugged because my husband was brought up by wolves. But he's really not that different than any other guy. He loves to be outdoors, so we bought a Honda Pilot.
Hey, Dad.
And that's been a lifesaver, really.
The Pilot, built by Honda.
presenting Coinstar, the most convenient and hassle-free way for everyone to transform all their loose change into lightweight cash.
Introducing 2 fun new minty flavors of Orbit, cinnamon and bubble mint. For a good, clean feeling. Fabulous. No matter what.
Strike.
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 Strike, the Entertainment Underground. Union Turnpike, New Hyde Park.
It was 9:30ish.
Noon on Saturday.
7:43 Thursday night, and my kids were not tired.
I just wanted to watch a movie.
So I hit the button on my remote.
Really? This is all I did.
And I put on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
8 Mile.
The one with the hot guy.
And then the phone rang.
My friend showed up right at the best part, where the crowd goes wild.
I paused it.
I rewound it and just watched it again.
With On Demand from IO Digital Cable Service, you just make your selection and watch it when you want. Try it today.
Maybe just one more time.
Okay, no women were strangled during the making of this show.
Absolutely not.
Colleges are a lot like George W. Bush, you know, college. It's a lot like George W. Bush, sometimes profound, sometimes idiotic, but able to produce really hot girls with drinking problems. So, if you could get a college to fund a class taught by you, what would it be, Franklyn?
My class would be how to be a successful dictator, all right? And the curriculum would be, the first thing would be how to hire the painting contractor to put your face on all the buildings in the country, how you get that estimate. Then you have effective techniques for getting 100% of the votes, such as letting everybody know that you killed everybody who voted against you in the last election. And 3, writing catchy election slogans like, "It's your life, stupid." And 4th, how to urge your subjects to stay and sacrifice their lives during a war while you run away like a bitch.
Ah. All right, Greg.
I think a practical skill that isn't taught in school is how not to murder your wife. Would have been better without 15 minutes of strangulation material right before it. When you're 18 or 19, murdering your wife seems like something that only happens to other people. But believe me, eventually you will want to murder your wife. Sometimes 3 or 4 times in a single day. But you shouldn't. So I teach the kids to do what I do. Channel that energy into praying their wife dies of natural causes.
All right, Kathy.
My class is how to have harmless hatred, because I feel that hate is getting a bad rap in this country. I don't know about you, but I hate a lot of people. And I don't trust people who don't hate anyone. I don't like people who say, I could never hate anyone. Hate is such a strong word. I could kill people. I hate at least 74% of the people I know. Also, I feel, and I don't trust them the way I don't trust people who loved high school. If you loved high school, I hate you. If you love high school, you probably tortured me. The end.
All right. Well, on the role of tortured in high school, Jim.
Good lead-in. I'd, kind of in the same vein, I'd like to teach the Jim Norton self-hatred course. For the entire course, you'll be required to eat horribly and not exercise, starting out each day by pinching your fat in the mirror until you almost black out. Your afternoons are going to be spent downloading German porn, trying to get fat girls to have cyber sex with you. At the end of each day, you're going to be put in a comedy club and forced to tell predictable, mediocre jokes to retards with cirrhosis of the liver. And you will be expelled immediately if at any point during the semester you're caught pulling out or wearing a condom.
Wow. You guys are really, this humor's a little risque in my opinion.
It was a little rough.
Folks, I wish I had one. I'd make it more, empower. That's our show, folks.
Shut up. Pitiful was a gratuitous strike, don't you think?
Yeah.
The pitiful attack on you?
It was also sexist.
I think it was for all women everywhere. It wasn't a personal attack on you. It was from all women to all men.
Yeah.
So don't take it that way. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Baby.
If we go out...
Baby.
Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's it, folks. Good night.